How will the coronavirus affect the Edmonton housing market this year? Wondering what you should do if you'd wanted to buy or sell a home this year? Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Patrick Fields and I'm a realtor here in Edmonton, Alberta. I'm licensed with RE/MAX Select. I've received so many calls, emails, and texts recently asking if the coronavirus is going to crash the Edmonton housing market. Now first let me say that I'm going to put every helpful link that I can find down in the notes below, and I expect those to change. If you find something that I'm missing, please let me know and send it to me. I'd appreciate it. Now you want to know if you should buy or sell a home right away. My answer? No. Now wait, let's rewind that and break this down for buying and for selling. Now let me just say that these are my thoughts based on my 18 years as a realtor here and having gone through the seller's markets of the early 2000s, the crazy boom and bust of 2006 through 2008, and then the roller coaster that we've been on for the past 12 years. I've seen a lot. I'm a bit of a stats nerd as well, and I like to follow along so I can properly inform my clients to help them make the best decisions based on their own personal circumstances. Now, I'm probably going to jump around in this video a bit, so please bear with me. There's a lot going on right now, but please watch to the end so make sure you get all the information here. So last week, interest rates dropped just as the US stock market was beginning to crash, and some were saying it was a fantastic time to buy a home. This past week, a lot of people don't have employment due to company shutdowns. So what should you do? Well, if you wanted to buy a home right away, you might have a hard time. Not only from a mortgage qualifying standpoint, but also many sellers are closing their doors for now, not wanting strangers in their homes. I really doubt home prices in this city will rise anytime soon, so take your time. If you absolutely must buy a home right away, then make sure you narrow down your wants and needs. Research the absolute must-haves in a home. Don't ask to look at a place just because you want to see it. Get in to see the homes that you want once you're able to, or sit and wait a bit to see how this plays out. I wouldn't be surprised if we're on a mandatory province-wide or nationwide lockdown in the very near future. We need to help flatten the curve to keep ourselves safe and everyone around us. Don't be surprised if you ask a realtor to show you homes and they say no. We need to do everything we can to help stop the coronavirus as quickly as possible. If you had wanted to buy a home this spring or summer but hadn't yet started, this is a great time to lock in a mortgage rate, and it can all be done online. Right now, we have historically low interest rates. If you need a mortgage broker, just message me. I have several that I can refer to you so you can pick the one that you like the best. Now, rates had gone down with the plunge of the US stock market, but some banks actually just bumped them up a little bit last week. So what might happen there? Well, if banks are fearing that homeowners won't be able to pay back existing mortgages and banks won't earn as much profit as they're used to, interest rates could rise again this summer or fall. And this is really going to depend on how long the coronavirus lasts in Canada, the effects on our economy, and how quickly we can all get back to work. The best thing you could do, lock in a mortgage rate ASAP. Doesn't cost you anything, and you'll probably have more time on your hands to get all your documents together anyways. Next, educate yourself. Watch some helpful YouTube videos on what to look for or costs of buying a home, different areas of the city. There's so much great information out there. Watch home video tours in full. You're gonna have nothing but time. Really focus on what you're looking for in your next home. Things are gonna get back to normal and you'll be in a much better place to make an educated decision. I'm going to post a link to a home buyer's video series at the end of this, where you can find it down in the links below. This is such a crazy time in our history. You need to separate facts from hype and misinformation, because that can get you into a whole lot of trouble. Should you list and try and sell your home right now? Well, in the last 7 days, there were 254 new listings in Edmonton. We usually see about 12 to 1,300 new listings hit our MLS just in Edmonton in March. I expect that number to be around 1,050, maybe 1,100 at the end of this month. We can actually still list homes without getting together with sellers. Contracts can be signed electronically. We will have a slight drop from previous years, but we really just started locking down in the past week after seeing cases of coronavirus rise in Alberta. We understand the seriousness and are seeing the horrible effects that it's having worldwide. So if you have circumstances where you absolutely have to sell your home right now, then do your best to list it. If you can wait, I urge you to do so. It's the safest thing to do. If you do list, don't be surprised to see it sit on the market longer than we're used to, and don't be surprised if nobody's coming to look at it. I'm expecting April's number to be much lower than normal. Stay tuned for those. Now, I'm not expecting a full-blown immediate crash of our market, but I do think prices will come down in certain price sections of our market. We in Edmonton have already been hurting from the oil and gas declines over the past few years, and this certainly won't help. Many markets in Canada and the US have been experiencing housing shortages, but we've had the opposite here for years. Our $600,000 to $900,000 section of the market had taken a hit in the past few years, and I'm not expecting this section of the market to gain steam this year. I do think our $200,000 to $400,000 range will stay strong, as that's been the majority of our sales over the past 5 years. People always need a place to live, and those with steady employment will be able to take advantage of lower interest rates along with motivated sellers, the ones that absolutely have to sell. Make sure your real estate agent uses all the statistical data they can to help you get the best possible price on your new home. Now, what will happen over the next few months obviously remains to be seen. April, May, and June usually make up 31 to 33% of our total yearly sales, followed by July, August, and September that make up about 28 to 30% of our yearly sales. With buyers holding off buying homes right now and for the immediate future, we might see a huge spike in buyer activity and sales once it's safe to do so, depending on how long coronavirus lasts and affects our area. Our listing and sales data will definitely not be normal this year. Our average price might not go down as much as expected, but again, the majority of our sales are in that $200,000 to $500,000 price range, so it's not really a true reflection of what's happening in the market. You also need to look at the monthly sales volume as well. With fewer people out and about buying homes, that is guaranteed to drop. For new construction, we will see a reduction in the number of new homes being built, possibly even some companies going out of business depending on how many spec homes they had completed and sitting going into this. I sure hope they will all be okay. We'll also see a reduction in the number of new builds over the next few months. Many of the materials used in a new home come from China, so we won't be able to bring those in for a while, and we could even see prices of new homes go up. Some materials might be hard to find or sourced from more expensive places. We're going to have to keep an eye on that very closely. Things are changing by the day and almost by the hour. So what's the best thing you can do right now? Stay informed, stay educated, stay safe. Let me know if you have any real estate questions. I'm going to be posting video updates here as new information comes out. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that and ring the bell to be notified when my next video is released. There's going to be so much information coming out there. Please feel free to call or text me if you have any real estate questions. Thank you so much for watching this one. I'll see you next time.